Let's do it, dude. Is there anything I need to test out here? I think we're good. Like, this is one of those runs that it's so strong that I don't really need to test much more. Okay. I've actually already done Cane Sword, no hit. It's actually, that was one of the runs, though, that I didn't... I actually forgot to highlight it, and Twitch deletes VODs after 2 months, and so I lost it, and it's really unfortunate, because that was an insane run. Like, Square Off is so good, and that run really demonstrated how good Square Off is, even on a straight sword that's basically like the worst in the game. But Death Ritual Spear, I think that'd be cool to try. Yeah, so maybe. Well, if someone requests it, I guess I will. Amazon doesn't have money? Yeah, I guess not, dude. I guess not. There's also another run that was lost. It was the Spike Cestus no-hit run. But obviously, like, that was really good, too. Is poker easier? Well, it's a more realistic weapon to use, just simply because it's, you know, earlier in the game than Moonlight Greatsword, but I'd be surprised if Death's Poker is better than this. But yeah, I have no question at this point. This would be one of the best. Like, this is very much on Serpent Hunter tier of damage, I think. Like, it's very similar to Serpent Hunter. So, and Serpent Hunter is already like one of the best no-hit weapons. Probably even better than Serpent Hunter in a lot of ways. Should I buy the crafting kit in the... I'm going to buy the crafting kit in the pots here. Might as well. Stronger overall? You think so? I kind of don't think so, because the R2s on this are worse. And you don't run into any... Since it's pure physical is always better, right? Basically. It's just, it basically means you don't run into any magic-resistant enemy issues. So probably Serpent Hunter's better overall, but it's... I don't know. This weapon would definitely be better on a lot of boss fights. And I guess one thing, too, is usually when you do Serpent Hunter, at least the last time I did a Serpent Hunter any percent, I didn't use Howl or anything like that, so it's kind of hard to compare the damage. Well, I guess Flame Grammy Strength is only a little bit worse, but... Dan, thanks so much for the $20, dude. I appreciate that. Oh, better than Death's Poker, yeah. Yeah, I would imagine, but I don't know. You guys think we should get Spell Golden Vow on this one? It would actually make Elden Beast even better. Because then, you know, on that last fight, my Golden Vow for sure ran out. But if I use Spell Golden Vow, it probably wouldn't. I have used the Golem Halberd a little bit on I think Endurance only I used it. No, Terra Magica wouldn't be worth it on this run. There's no use for it anywhere, because the bosses where it would be useful on, it wouldn't even save a hit probably. Like Gideon, it wouldn't save a hit there. If I use it on Godskin Duo, it's already one cycle as it is, so... I will go get the strength tier, I guess, because... Well... I'm not even going to bother with the strength here, I don't think. Actually doesn't really do anything. Basically, might as well not have any physical damage on it. So yeah, maybe I should get Godfrey Icon earlier. If we're not really going to use the Axe Talisman. I'll still pick it up. But Axe Talisman really doesn't do too much here. And Godfrey Icon, I guess I didn't test it, but I would assume it's just better. Yeah, the N tier would be better than Strength for sure. But... how much damage did Axe Talisman add at the end of the game? It added, like... I guess the earlier we are in the game, the better it actually is, though, right? Just because more percentage of our damage is going to be into physical. This mosquito might kill me. I don't have a bow to take him out.
Well, what do you wait? I see it now. How could this was my whole existence just
I just have to deal with some mosquito hits. I'm too lazy to do anything about him, I think. I don't know why I picked that up. I'm not getting Magic Scorpion. It's too far out of the way. Because think about all the stuff you have to do for Magic Scorpion Charm. You gotta... I mean, the Amber Starlight Medallion doesn't take that long, but you gotta get the other ones. And then you gotta do the quest, and then, not to mention, we gotta kill Loretta and go all the way to that area that I wouldn't have to go to anyways. I think for normal builds with this weapon, you would be going up to that section anyways to actually even get your hands on this weapon, so it would be worth it. But for an 80%, if we're starting the game with it, there's just no point. It's too much extra stuff to do. But yeah, there's no question that would be the best option for the 4th talisman slot. Like, that would actually add a very significant amount of damage. Magic Scorpion's just fun to get. Well, it doesn't really... I guess all it does is really add time. You're just going to fight Loretta. That's all it does. It's still an any percent, but you're just doing one extra thing. I'm pretty sure it's safe to just go get this right now. That's what I'm going to start doing. Yeah, surely I'm scared of Loretta, dude. The boss that we fight for a good, like, 10 minutes... well, it's maybe not a 10-minute fight, but... a long fight on the Master Run. As you could imagine. +0 weapons on NG +7 at level 1. I'm still gonna get the Axe Talisman here. The Master Run is level 1, +0 weapons on NG +7. No hit. Which I will be doing, I might fit it in somewhere during these run requests as well. Just if I want to change it up a bit. But yeah. Already started routing it. The run... actually, I think did I finish routing it? No. Or maybe I did, actually. I finished at least testing all the bosses. Treasure 2 melee range deals 175 frost. Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, yeah, there's definitely no issues with proccing frost. I guess one thing that some of the enemies are dying too quickly, actually. before the frost can proc. How's that difficulty compared to DS3? It's definitely easier than DS3. No question about that. Or the DS3 version of that run. Yeah, the DS3 version, I mean, it's honestly not even in the same realm of the difficulty of the DS3 run, which is kind of unfortunate. But just compare the final bosses, right? Radagon plus Elden Beast on Master Run in this game probably combined die in about, what, like 4 minutes, 5 minutes? Because you got, you know, Black Flame on Elden Beast, which destroys him, and then you also got, you know, Frost and Poison and Rot on Radagon. If you compare that to Soul of Cinder in DS3 Master Run, Soul of Cinder is like 20 plus minutes. If you're ultra aggressive with bleed, it can be, you know, somewhere around like 10 to 15, but it's not even close. And Cinder's also just a way harder boss, so. So yeah, that's just kind of how it is. And the boss in this game are just overall easier, I think. There's no Dragon Slayer armor. There's no Twin Princes of this game. Yeah. But that's not to say... I think the run's actually really fun, though. Like, it's a really cool run. And I like the setups we're using on it. Pretty unique with, like, Poison Moth Flight and quadruple status and all that stuff. I actually don't need to get this race, I don't think. Or wait. No, I do. Well, Nameless King, I would say there's definitely comparable difficulty bosses in this game. There's definitely harder boss in this game. Probably the hardest boss on the Master Run is Morgott, I think. For any percent, that is. If we're talking all bosses, then that run would be just a whole... It would be difficult for another reason, I think. But that would probably be the hardest no-hit run ever. Like, easily, actually. It wouldn't probably. By a mile. Which eventually, dude, I would love to do that one day. I don't know. I don't even want to think about the amount of time that would take, but... Just thinking about that run would be absurd. Because it would be, like, just think about fighting a Blackblade Kindred for, you know, however long that fight would take. You know, 10 minutes. A 10-minute Blackblade Kindred fight after 10 hours of other fights, dude. And then you just got to survive that long. Because even the Master Run in DS3 all bosses, that was about a 6-hour run. And I remember when I, you know, fighting Soul of Cinder on that, how I was feeling during that fight. I like the feeling a lot, but man, I couldn't even imagine double that, basically. At least it would be even more than that. Definitely never experienced that feeling anywhere else in my life. Of just, you know, I was so exhausted but so focused at the same time that I was just, I don't know. Like, you don't even know you're exhausted because you're just, like, you don't even know what's going on. Like, you just simply win, dude. And then, yeah, I guess one of the major issues is that this game is not balanced as well as DS3 in terms of just the enemy movesets. They're not as fair overall. And there's a lot of shit that would just kill you, right? And then all the duo fights and all, like, I don't know, man. None of the fights would quite be on the same level as the Dark Souls 3 ones. Probably pretty consistently, Demon Princess is the longest one on low damage runs like that. None would get to that level of just a single fight taking that long. Because that fight is like a 30-minute fight, but 20 to 30 minutes. Nothing would definitely... nothing would be that long, but for sure you would have... Yeah, the Blackblade Kindreds are probably the longest I can think of. Just the duo fights, though. Duo Gargs on that would be insane. And then also the DLC's not even out yet, so who knows what's going to be in the DLC. Rykard at level 1 is like a trivial fight. It's basically just the same. Yeah, level 1 in this game is really... It feels the same to me when I do level 1 because there's just so much stat boosting gear that you're not really level 1 anymore. Even though you technically are. You could reach about level 150 in this game at level 1 with all the stat boosting. So the Master Run, I'm not doing any stat boosting, which obviously... it's pretty significant. I guess... that is in the command, but... yeah, no stat boosting, also. So buy this one. I also want the bow. Oh. Well, I'm actually... because... oh, did my stream die, dude? Stream might have died there temporarily. But yeah, I mean, the Serpent Hunter still does quite a bit of damage. I don't know why. OBS just told me that it reconnected successfully, so I don't know what that... usually that means it was disconnected. Yeah, Rykard's pretty straightforward on that. It's basically just normal Rykard fight at +0. I guess I'm going to go get this. I don't even know if I used the Sorcio last time, but... okay. First segment done. Come on, chest first. It just, you can skip the opening animation if you do it properly. Noble S-Stock? I don't... there's a similar weapon requested. I think the Cleanrot Knight Sword. Is that a rapier? I think... I don't know. Yeah, there's nothing special about this setup. This is just a standard somber weapon setup. I guess we are killing Godefroy, but some of the other weapons I used as well killed Godefroy, so... well, somebody did request the... they requested the Star Scourge Greatsword, so... so we will be doing that one at some point. I forget where to drop on this somehow. Someone requested Frozen Needle as well. I mean, just the spreadsheet, if you do !request, or if you just look in the description, there's a link to the spreadsheet, so just, you can just look through that and see what we're going to do. Because there's a lot of requests, so... no one's done the Master Run in Elden Ring, or DS3, I guess. Well, except, well... I've done it in DS3, but nobody's done it in Elden Ring. How long do I usually stream? Probably about like 6 hours or so. Oh yeah, dude, the stream died for a second there. I wonder what's going on. I think this is a YouTube thing. I've never seen this on Twitch. Like YouTube is having some issues or something, you guys. Hopefully it's not going to mess up the VOD too much. Okay, well, let's see if this keeps happening, but that could be an issue if it does. I'm going to try to keep an eye on that. It's been really nice. Over the past year or so, my internet's been so good that I never have to look at OBS anymore to see if it's like, oh, is my stream dropping frames or something? But yeah, this seems like a YouTube issue right now. No, I don't record locally because I don't know. I'm too lazy to. Quaranting Chi Tenjin. Surely you are. Yeah, CBD has a one-hit PB on Master Run. He was going back to it at one point. I'm not sure if that got put on hold because of bingo or something, but yeah, really, like nobody else has really ever tried it. Because it is kind of a ridiculous run, to be honest, when you think about it. I guess usually I do Rhea later, but it doesn't matter. Does not matter.
Hello. Hello, it's rather my mistress. But I was a... Could I ask that thug only if you've... Oh, what a blessed thug, please. The fleas.
Come on, Diagro, dude. Working as a programmer before getting into streaming? I was, yeah. I was, indeed.
What are you looking?
I don't even have enough money, actually, for this.
Show me, and I'll consider. I'm not in love. You first.
I probably should have done. I probably should have done Sentinel first. There's a reason I do that.
Decided to play. You'll be one.
Gonna play the bingo champ. Well, I initially thought that was a good idea, but I also don't think it's a good idea anymore because I think the person who won, you know, they won the season. They shouldn't. I don't know. If it was in my position, I probably wouldn't like to play a match immediately after. That's like contesting my victory that I just had. So I'm not going to. Like they won. If they won, like whoever ends up winning, they ended up winning, and so they should get their, you know, a sufficient amount of time that they're like undisputed, they're the best, and then yeah, I'll be in the next season most likely. Unless there's, I don't know, unless there's some like scheduling issue or whatever. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. It's not me saying that I'm just guaranteed gonna beat them or something, but even after the last one when I won and then I played against Domo the next day, I wanted a break is what I wanted. And I think, like, sure, it was just an exhibition match or whatever. It'd probably be even worse if it wasn't an exhibition match, if it was like, okay, now who's gonna be the overall champion now? So yeah, don't think I will. Bingo is definitely stressful. Yeah, that's probably the most stressed I've ever been playing a video game, I think. And usually, you know, when I do no-hit tournaments and stuff, I guess there's like a little bit, but like when I was definitely a little bit more stressed than I normally would be, but It's because there's so much to think about, right? In bingo, there's so much stuff going on, and you also have to play quickly. It's not just normal no-hit tournaments or speedrun tournaments where you just kind of go in, you just do it. So yeah, so it was definitely stressful in that it was just a lot of stuff you got to think about, but even then, it's not. I don't know. I still really like the competition and stuff, so I still have fun doing it all. But maybe I could definitely understand why some people wouldn't have as much fun doing that. There's no VOD because I think I remember the stream setup for that being kind of weird. I think Domo just streamed his perspective of it, and there wasn't like an overall, like both perspectives or something. Lose to Domo next day. Well, I kind of wanted to throw that match on purpose. I was hoping he would win just for the meme, but like that's why I went with such a garbage setup on that. But he still didn't win, unfortunately. That's what I like to do, actually. If there's matches like that and I kind of don't want to go full tryhard or something, I like to just still try my best to win, but then just go with a garbage setup so that it's a lot lower chance I win. It's kind of what I like to do. Because it's not fun. If I'm just not actually playing my best, then it's not fun for me. Yeah, still some setup to go. Welcome to Elden Ring no hit. Well, what do you mean seen Zero Hit League? I did hear that apparently it's gonna start up in January again, so that could be fun. Hard to edit multi-stream vids? Well, you'd have to ask my editor, but I don't think so. Shouldn't really be any different than just if it's in a single stream or not. Yeah, I was saying though, so I won Zero Hit League when that was happening as well. When was that? Was that early this year or was that last year? I feel like that was last year, wasn't it? Either way, and Hob ended up getting relegated from that. I would be fine if he took my spot, honestly. I would give up my spot so that Hob could play again, but I don't know. He wouldn't want to do that. Probably. But yeah, he got relegated, and it was so much fun to watch him play, man. Also, one issue I could see is I honestly could see a situation where Elden Ring Zero Hit League is even less balanced than DS3 was. And the reason I say that is because this game is so much bigger. There's so much more content, and if there were a lot of people in DS3 No Hit League that, they had no hit the game and stuff, but they didn't have that knowledge that really separated. I don't know. That really separated the players who knew a lot about the game versus, them. And it was still a lot of fun. But to be good at Zero Hit League, you need to know the game inside and out. You need to know every single enemy's moveset. You need to know every single little enemy placement in the whole game. You need to know the game so well that in Dark Souls 3 people already had a tough time, but in this game it's going to be even more so, right? So the people who play it a lot, like me, it's going to be an even bigger gap, I think, depending on who's in it, because the way Zero Hit League works is 7 players. So there's 10 players, 7 of which are, that have the option to remain in the league for the next season, and then 3 get relegated. So there's potential that it's 7 of the same people, and people who were in DS3 definitely, some of them know Elden Ring pretty well. Like V-Sweat obviously knows Elden Ring well, and he's played a decent amount, and like there's some others too, but I think they probably have played Elden Ring less than DS3 for the most part. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Have to see what happens. Yeah, Zero Hit League is really fun. Essentially what it is it's enemy randomizer, and you have to clear, you know, certain sections of the game without getting hit to get a point, and you're head to head against somebody else in the same seed. And it was very fun, but the issue last season, for me at least, was that it wasn't. There were some rule issues that got addressed right away, which is really good. But it wasn't close is the problem, I think, man. I think I ended up winning the season with I think there were 18 or 17 matches total. I think I won it with like 6 matches to go. Like it wasn't really close enough for me. So that's one of the issues, I think, man. It's not just so there's so much game knowledge required that there's no possible way that you could be like, okay, I'm in Zero Hit League next month, and I'm gonna have to learn the whole game in 1 month. That's not enough time, especially in Elden Ring. So yeah, I don't know. We will see what happens. Well, it's not even a skill, like, well, I guess it depends what skill means, but it's more of just a knowledge thing. Because I played Dark Souls 3 4,000 hours to that point, right? I almost for sure had the most hours out of anybody that was involved in Zero Hit League for Dark Souls 3. And so that was the biggest, that was the problem, I think. And I even, yeah, like, I think that was just the problem. Yeah, the format of Zero Hit League I really like, though. I think it's really fun. And the rules got sorted out really nicely as well. And, yeah, it's still really fun. What? What is wrong with this guy? I already know the one cuck reset up, Opai. I like this one better because it like, especially with weapons that won't deal a lot of poise damage and I need to hit him a lot. This version really just makes it so that he can't escape. Which is what I like. Should I buff it? I guess I'm buffing it. Because whether he sidesteps or it doesn't matter what he does, he's going to be stuck in this little rock formation, so... Oh my god, a 2-hit stun on him is insane. Jesus. Dang. That also was a sneak attack. Okay, Sentinel down, so let's go upgrade. I don't think Jellyfish Shield is not needed on this one. Definitely not needed. I guess it probably would be insane, though, I guess. Should I go get it? I guess I could. I already routed the whole thing without it, and it's stupid how strong it is. I'm not gonna... I mean, we already routed the whole thing, so... But yeah, I actually didn't even think about how we really do not need to be two-handing this thing. Wow, yeah, that's actually true. I didn't even think about that. I think somebody mentioned it, but I'm like, no, Jellyfish Shield's not good. With this, but yeah, I guess it is. I don't think my OBS is disconnected again. So I guess if you're wanting to try this build, you guys, there's two things that you could do to make this like even better by a significant amount too. Jellyfish Shield and use this thing one-handed, and also Magic Scorpion Charm. I'm not sure if two-handed would increase or it would... You would think that the poise damage would be less one-handed, but I don't even know. Well, yeah, Terra Magica maybe, except that's not as realistic. Just because, you know, most of the time you're not just going to be standing still on the fights. And that's... When you're standing still is when you get the best usage out of Terra Magica. Oh, it doesn't affect the poise? Oh, dude, that's crazy. Really? Okay, I guess I might go do it then. I'll just go pick it up. It takes a lot of strength, so I'd have to get some strength. But I guess I don't know. I guess I'll try it if we ever get enough strength to use it. Although I can't remember... I'll go get it after this. Let me just go get Gambit first, because I'm pretty sure I usually would use Gambit to go get it. I actually don't remember. How much strength is Jellyfish Shield? Because obviously we need to be able to one-hand it, right? I mean, these don't really matter too much. Yeah, run Sabotage, dude. Actually probably true.
Suppose I have no clue you are an enigma. To be certain, the volcano manor awaits you.
Did I already finish Rhea? I think I did. That sounded kind of not so good. That's kind of a decent stat investment, though. And then I don't know.
I knew you. I hear. Take my hand. Give me your. I will.
I don't know if it's really necessary. Well, it's definitely not necessary, but I'm probably not going to bother. That's too many levels. I need... Is it 6 levels? I guess it's not really that much. Once we get Godric's, then I don't even need levels, I guess. So... Okay, I guess we'll do it. Oh, let me go ahead and... I'm just going to swap to Quick Step here. Yeah, Radabeast is scripted already. But, fuck it, dude. Might as well just see those higher numbers. And it's not going to change really... Like, the Charger 2 speed's the same, I think. Basically. If anything, it's faster. And if it is doing the same poise damage... I probably won't use the Jellyfish Shield on... I probably won't use it on Elden Beast, because that one's already fully figured out. I guess I could, right? Lies of P is a really good game. Yeah, definitely the best Souls-like that's out there. Just without a question. I played it. I don't know what you mean. What? Yeah, surely I'm just saying that about a game I haven't played before. Well, I guess FromSoft games could be considered Souls-like, but they are the Souls games, so... Unscript myself on Beast because even if I do, I'll still survive that fight. So it's just, yeah, I could just go back to two-handing for that. Can anyone confirm for sure that the poise damage is the exact same with a connected hit? Like, so if I'm point blank and I do a charge R2, one-handed versus two-handed, is it the exact same? 'Cause that would matter. Probably. Okay, there's our 6. So... back to round table. But if it's not, I can just go back to two-handed on that boss. And there's no reason why I couldn't go with Jellyfish Shield and all the other fights. I do like fast rolling, though. So... just something to consider. Oh, yeah, I got the seal. So, what do we do first? I guess we go and get the magic tier. Did I pick up any? Picked up 1. I guess I need kind of more than that. Should have picked up more. Whoops. We'll just go here and pick them up. Rex, thanks for the donation again, dude. And have a good one. Thanks for hanging out.
The gods demand repentance. Cough up your coin. All of it.
Too much damage. Yeah, it would be too much damage. I just won't use it there. Because yeah, it would 100% it would be too much damage. Yeah, and actually make the Godskin duo kill worse. I could use it on the second part of the fight though. So I didn't equip Gambit. I need that. But I wonder if there's any way to kill those guys at the top while using melee only, dude. Surely I'm not too slow here. $13 poise damage difference between... Okay. That makes sense. I might just not bother with it, dude. I don't know. Where would I use it? Whoa. What is that lag, dude? See a hater comment. How do I deal with this now that I'm famous and based? Dude, I just go cry at night is what I do. That's exactly what I do. I sit and cry. I don't really need this firebomb anymore. Okay. First boss after 45 minutes. Probably want to try to bait him out here for Golden Land to not blast me. Come on, dude. What are you doing? Did I... The damage is a lot lower this time. I don't know why, though. Maybe it's because I didn't go Axe Talisman? Or did I... Oh, I didn't Physic, maybe. But... I'm pretty sure my damage was a lot higher last time, wasn't it? Okay, so we got that. Oh, I forgot to upgrade to +6. Oh, yeah, that would do it. That would do it.
Well, then I presume these old bones, sir.
Whoops. Missed out on so much damage, dude. Okay, +6, and then I guess... So should we go... Okay, let's go kill Margit. We'll blast Margit. Pointed buff charger 2 that connects as 40.5. Okay, so that's really good. That's insanely good. It is kind of hard to connect the weapon part, though. It doesn't have a lot of range. Yeah, we're gonna go do Margit, and then we'll go do Godefroy, I think, after that. I could level up too, but I don't even know what to level up, so. Or I don't know, Oh, magic tier. Oops. Wait, so one-handed charger 2 also deals 40.5? Is that actually true? I'll just go like that. Put the magic tier in, right? Okay, good. Oh.
Thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Tarnished.
Interesting.
I shall remember thee, tarnished, smoldering with thy meager
So is it more or less? Like, I don't know what it is now.
in fear of the night.
So do we go do Godefroy now? He's gonna be really tanky with our stats. Like last time I did him at +9 and he still survived a while, so. I think. I mean, surely Gillica's scripted, right? We'll go with Ritual Sword instead. Surely Gillica's scripted with this. I didn't test it last time because I used Red Feather, but. Why don't runners agree to give themselves the full setup kit at the beginning? Well, that's not the point of a no-hit run, though. Like, a no-hit run's supposed to be start to finish, no-hit, where you don't, don't skip any content. Yeah, I meant to check the poise, but then I kept saying I was going to, and then I just didn't. So yeah, it's kind of my fault. Whoops. Okay. Back into Stormvale.
You there? Come on. It's tight. Oh, God, you breached.
To be fair, that is Gillica. So, it just... Why that's impressive is because we're only +6 and not higher than that. Yeah, definitely not insanely impressive. We'll see. Like, this weapon's very good. Obviously. Especially early game, because we have... we start out with 38 intelligence. Do I normally go bow in this hand? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Elden Ring's the easiest FromSoft game. I would, it depends how you're comparing them. But I would say this is the easiest one to get super strong with almost any build. I personally think is actually a good thing because, you know, well, I don't know. The game's pretty well balanced in terms of comparing the builds with each other. But that's not the only thing, you know, it's not the only thing that balance means, though, necessarily. This one is very easy boss, but the areas are harder. I would disagree with that. I mean, it depends what you mean. When you say harder, I think the enemy placements are very forgiving and the enemies are also very simple. I guess the hardest part of DS1 is not getting lost somewhere because, you know. Yeah, not being able to warp and being able to get stuck in places early in the game and the areas are kind of elaborate. Yeah. I could see that. Are we just good to go here? I think so. Could have used this buff first. Whoops. Wish I Malakath with basic buffs. Yeah, that's what I mean in terms of the balancing. Like everything can be so strong because they really overdid it with the amount of buffs that are available and stuff. At least I think so. Didn't get as good RNG this time, so we couldn't just blast him with Charge R2s there.
I am the Lord
Deleted?
of all that is.
Last time we tested this, I almost killed him before phase 2 even started. With only a +6. Which is pretty impressive. It's no Iron Balls, obviously, but Iron Balls can do that at +12. It's still pretty damn good. Most somber weapons can't do that. John Carlson, thanks for the donation, dude. I appreciate that. Set up for the Barmazula bird section. We just basically gambit, and then there's one bird I kill, and that's it. I like Great Rune because it gives me more stamina, and I like the mine too, so I don't have to drink between the buffs. And obviously it's not necessary, but we're not really going for speed here, obviously, when we're at an hour at Godric. Revert the stamina boosting tech with crouching? I don't think so. Crouching is still useful because you can use it to cancel your animations and, you know, start regenerating stamina faster, but no, the stamina crouch regen thing was definitely broken. And I didn't really like having to do it while sprinting either. It made a lot of kills a lot better, right? Because especially Elden Beast, where you could just regen the stam.
Gods demand repentance. Cough up your coin, all of it.
Or variety between the runes. What runes do you mean? Like the great runes, or? Is this the only weapon that has this R2 in the game? I would assume, right? I would assume it is. I don't know if I'm going to go for jellyfish. I guess this is the point at which we would go for it. Because yeah, we have enough strength, right? I guess I will. I don't really remember the strat to pick it up though. I forget. I'm pretty sure you can just gambit and then sneak behind. I think that's what I used to do. There's not many runs where I pick this up though anymore. Especially since they fixed the bug with it, where you could double stack it. Greatsword, Greatsword. I think it's a pretty solid weapon. That was one of the first run request no hit runs I did, which is on YouTube. Or maybe it was the first actually, because it was the first video of the run request I posted. Yeah, last time on Redan, we killed him before the AoE even happened. That's how quickly we killed him. We didn't stun him or anything. Like, he just died. And so now, if Jellyfish Shield's going to be working here, then we're going to... I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. So he started transitioning into phase 2 and then was about to do the AoE and then just died before he even did it. It's just insane. Like, and I'm saying the AoE where he pulls you in. He didn't even get to do it. I haven't done Rose's axe, but that is a request. Why are these jellyfish mad already? Are they supposed to be... Oh. Are these supposed to be like spirits of somebody who died or something? Insane lore. Okay, so we got it. Not sure where I should run to Redan from. From here or from here? This way we can take the teleporter, I guess. I don't know. Wait. We also we gotta get the faith tier. Got. Thoughts on the recent accusation that I'm too much of a chicken to do master run fist only? Well, whenever people ask me to do stupid runs, I just say I'll do it after they do it, so simply what I say. You do it first, and then I'll do it. And then it shuts them up really quick. Especially when people ask me to do like fist only and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, obviously just do fist only no hit. Like, okay, go ahead. And then I'll do it right after you. I don't know what it is about Souls fans and ask, like, it's always, I guess it's like a meme, but at the same time, it's kind of not. Of, you know, doing a run, and then someone's always got to come along and be like, oh yeah, do this at SL1, no rolling, or something. It just always happens. And, I don't know. I don't know why, but... I mean, you wouldn't even have to do master run restrictions for fist only to be basically impossible. Just normal fist only would already be bad enough. So yeah, we're getting Fate tier right now so that we can use Howl without having to invest 10 extra points into Faith. Did fist only splice into 40 parts? Dude, even if somebody just no-hit all the bosses fist only, that would be, like, quite impressive, I would say. Especially Fire Giant. I would love to see a Fire Giant somehow. Well, I wouldn't love to see it, but it would just be pretty insane. Somebody did a Fire Giant fist only no-hit 4-hour boss fight. Not getting hit a single time to fire deflection would be insane. Somebody actually messaged me the other day, and I'm pretty sure they were being genuine, because it was the first time they ever messaged me, and I didn't really know who they were, but they were like, here's an idea for a run. Hopefully I'm not calling them out and they're like in the chat right now and they're going to be all like upset about this, but because I'm making fun of their idea. But what they said was do the God Run 3, except you work your way to NG+7 in every single game. So they were saying to do 8 no-hit runs in every single game, all in a row. And I'm pretty sure they thought that was just like a reasonable idea. It's like, oh yeah, you should try this. It's like, well, I'm not sure if you're aware, but that's really stupid. And it wouldn't even be fun, dude. I remember at one point a few years ago, I had this great idea. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do no-hit run, or no-hit NG to NG+7 in Dark Souls 3. And then I did a few attempts. I got hit a few times on a couple, you know, further NG cycles. I'm like, wow, this shit is boring as hell, dude. Because you're just doing the same thing over and over and over again. Right? Just the same thing. Like, oh yeah, just do the same run 8 times in a row. And it's not like, you know, there's a big misconception, I think, between like, more casual players that NG+7 is like, oh yeah, it's so much harder than base NG. It's like, it's really not. In this game, maybe it's a bit different because of the poise damage stuff, but in all the other Souls games, it's your character outscales the game easily. You know, when you get to NG+, sure, the bosses are tankier, but your damage is way higher relative to how quickly they get tanky. So it's actually easier as you go higher. And then, you know, maybe at a certain point, your character stops getting stronger, and then all of a sudden, you know, it scales up a little bit. You know, once you get to like NG+ 5 and 6 and 7, then it starts to go up a tiny bit, but it's still basically the same. So yeah. It's not fun. I think that's fine. Okay, wait a second. So I'm going to use the jellyfish here, I guess. So that means, I guess I'm going to go like that.
The festival.
But no.
It's probably going to be really dumb. I don't like using this many buffs. We already have enough, but I guess we're gonna see what happens. Yeah, kind of the whole point of NG Plus in these games, you know, they make the game scale more, but it's not meant to be a difficulty increase. It's really just meant so that you can try out different builds and all that stuff on further NG cycles on the same character. It's not to be some, you know, it's like, oh, I'm gonna do a challenge run NG Plus or something. And that's why that's also part of the reason when I do the master runs and in Elden Ring, and I guess when I did it in DS3, I don't use any gear from previous cycles. I just do a fresh start is what I call it. Because even SL1, in Dark Souls 3, if you do SL1 on base NG cycle and then do SL1 on NG plus 7, you'd be like, oh, obviously NG plus 7 is going to be way harder. But it's actually not. Because you have access to just like all the stuff right away if you do it that way. So adding in fresh start definitely makes it much more difficult. Okay, so I guess we do Golden Vow. Wait. Why don't I have enough faith for Howl? Oh, I didn't level up the faith, you guys. Okay, well, I guess no Howl. Oops. The damage is basically the same as last time because I don't have Howl. Oh my god, that's crazy. Imagine that with Howl, dude. But yeah, I forgot to get the 3 faith that I needed. Whoops. Still, killed them before the AoE even happened. Just insane. Bell-bearing hunter cheese. How long does it take? I guess I could, but I don't know. I feel like that's so unnecessary, but... guess I could look into it. Okay, there's that 3 faith that I was missing there. Get the talisman slot. So yeah, I guess getting the Godfrey icon at this point would be probably better, but I'm just gonna wait until we have +9. Well, I guess I could do it before Goldfree, but he already died in 2 hits last time, so I don't think I need to worry about that. I just need to make sure I have enough runes to upgrade here, so I'll go like that. Just go like that. Well, you can basically cheese all the bell-bearing hunters, but you can cheese the strongest one in the game, which is in Dragon Barrow, using the archer to blast him. Like the Golem Archer that's below. You Death Poker today? I guess if I first try this run, which I don't know if I will, to be honest, but we could probably start routing it. I don't know if I'd finish it. Yeah, pairing the Bell-Bearing Hunter off the cliff is not a good strat. It works, but it's not good. Yeah, the Master Run is... Well, I kind of just wanted to route the Master Run. Wasn't in a big rush to do it, but... I'll probably do it in the next month or two. I have to go to the bathroom, dude. If you donate on Stream Elements, it would show up here. I think. A weapon tier list? I haven't used every weapon in the game, so I could make one for the weapons I have used in PvE. But I'd like, maybe I'll do that after I'm familiar with every weapon in the game. Okay, last time these knights actually aggroed. And they did again, but I guess it doesn't matter. Seems like that probably could hit me there, but... Should probably make some at least one sleep pot for the lobster. I'm gonna get this Grace in case I like fall to the bottom here, and maybe I would have enough time to fast travel out, but probably not. I'd probably just die if that actually happened. We're not doing sewer mode. We're coming down here for the Somber 7. What's this run? We're doing Moonlight Greatsword, no hit. Okay. Yeah, what I used to do when I did the other run requests, I would always get a +9 before Margit, but I think I want to do it this way. That way we don't have to do noble skip. All right, there's our +9. So... We could... I mean... We could use the jellyfish shield on this fight. He died on 2 hits last time already, so I don't know. Like, it wouldn't do anything. Or 2 charge R2s, I think he died last time. I started this as the Wretch, so that's why, Cheetah. Although I guess I could use the Rapier now that I have Godric's, but... But yeah, I could also just fight noble, but honestly, most somber weapons do not need to be +9 unless they're just really bad. And I think it's a more balanced, like our damage is kind of more balanced throughout the run, I think. Yeah, I got the Faith for Howl. Yep, we got enough. Yeah, this is definitely, it's more balanced where some of the other weapons, especially some of the holy weapons, the way I did the reds before, you know, I would get Halo Scythe, the +9, and I would blast through Godric and Margit and Radahn and stuff, but then, you know, as you start to get later, you don't really get any stronger than that, so it seems good at the start, and then it really just drops off. But if we just, you know, if we go from +6 to +9, I mean, +6 is still pretty high for those early game bosses, but it's not as crazy as +9. More realistic, I guess. Shackle Morgoth. I could get the Shackle if I wanted to be really safe, but I'm just going to fight him. Nagakiba. I think it's a pretty good weapon. I mean, it's basically just an Uchi that's longer. Definitely good in PvP. PvE, it's decent. All right, so... I don't think I'm going to use Jellyfish here, man. I don't see why I would. Oh. The range on that Charge R2 really is not great, but I guess that's a very small sacrifice to make for the amount of damage it deals. Just insane damage per hit. Five easiest no-hit weapons? Are you asking if this one is in that list? I mean, I haven't done the run yet, but probably it is. Probably. I guess just more intelligence, right? I don't know what else we would really need at this point. What my top 5 is? I don't really know, to be honest. I'm not sure. Is the goal to do like what Nems did? No. No, I just do these requests because, you know, they're fun to do, and it's a good way to this is kind of like really far over here, isn't it? It's a fun way to just like try out different weapons and then also give people sort of a reward for watching. You know, they can request a build that they want to see. But no, I don't really... I'm not trying to no-hit this game with like 300 weapons or something. People have done similar stuff though in Dark Souls 1 and 3. thought he was going to troll me on that one, dude. That's like the garbage Godric attack. The projectiles can just be kind of inconsistent, but we didn't get memed. Okay, so we now have basically our full setup. Should I definitely want to be fast rolling on this fight, so I'm not going to use jellyfish. Well, they don't deflect, but they track, and they like that. I'm pretty sure the way I dodged that, you dodge 2 projectiles at once. Maybe. It definitely circles back around. I didn't actually check if it was fast enough on that attack. It's probably fast enough here, right? Bye. That's such an insane amount of damage, dude. And the poise damage is, like, that's wild. It's absolutely wild, dude. They really should have... at least the main bosses in this game should have all had more poise. Like, literally every single one. Except for maybe Radahn. I think he has probably a fair amount of poise, but they all needed at least 50% more poise than they have. Especially the bosses with 80.
Hello again. Oh, allow me. You are unable to prevent the thorn. A husk.
Which FromSoft should you buy first? I mean, probably this one if you haven't already. This one has the most... probably... the most value, I would say. I don't remember if he can use Golden Lands on you here. I'm pretty sure I used to run in this path and he didn't. Talismans, this is definitely not an optimal talisman setup with this weapon. You'd want to go... if you want to make a build with this, you would swap out Axe Talisman for Magic Scorpion. But on this, it's really slow to go get it. And, yeah. Yeah, NG plus 7 poise is definitely better. Although, maybe it's a bit too much, because I kind of like that there are poise break builds in this game. I think it's fun to make a build around it, but... yeah. Yeah, this is a Luvis quest, but, if you're using this weapon and getting it as it's intended to be, if you're getting it properly in the game, then you would go past that section anyways, right? Because you'd have to do the Randy quest line and all that, so... so it's basically on the way if you're getting this weapon properly. Yeah, Elden Ring's my favorite Souls game for sure. Yeah, honestly by a lot, and I partially because I like open world games and I like the build variety in this game. For sure, it was my favorite for a first playthrough as well, but also just doing challenge runs on it. For no hit though, it's definitely worse than the other games. There's no question about that. I mean, look at this run as an example. We spend 50 minutes getting set up on every single run. That's a lot of time. And it's more fun doing runs in Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 1 where you're kind of just jumping right into the action right away. And, you know, the areas are fun in this game for the most part. And a lot of people complain about, you know, even areas like mountaintops being kind of empty. I enjoy mountaintops. When I'm going through mountaintops on an all bosses run, there's some pretty fun bosses in here, dude. You know, you got the snail godskin duel, which I like. XI's maybe not my favorite boss, but you got the avatar. Like, there's stuff to do in there. It's just as you're going through this game and you know what you're doing and you're just trying to beat the game, then it's just a very bland area because there's nothing really going on. But I think when I'm doing all bosses runs, man, like that's when I have the most fun in this game, I think. I recently did the bow only all bosses run. And that was a lot of fun, dude. There's going to be a video coming out probably, I don't know exactly when. Maybe next month at some point on the bow only all bosses run. But I guess probably a lot of people watch it on YouTube as well, so. Yeah, Consecrated is probably the weakest area in the game in terms of its overall design, but yeah, Consecrated is pretty bad. I agree with that. That's probably definitely the weakest area in the game. And especially considering that, you know, just the area itself, I really don't like the fog, and it's very empty, and it's not really interesting. At least in mountaintops, there's that cool, like, really cool bridge, and there's some cool elevation in the area that makes it a bit more interesting. Snowfield doesn't really have that. And when you think about the bosses that are in Snowfield, literally every single boss there is a duplicate boss, right? Every single one. You got a Deathrite Bird, you got another Magworm, you've got another Estelle, you got double Knights Cavalries. And none of those bosses, I like the Misbegotten enemy, Misbegotten Crusader. I think that's probably my favorite fight in Snowfield, but the rest of them are just all pretty weak. Yeah, Fire Giant's a bad fight too, yeah. I guess Vike is in this area. NPC bosses just should never exist in these games, dude. I don't know how they haven't learned their lesson by now. No, not a single person likes NPC boss fights. Well, actually, maybe that's not true. I think the Mimic was cool. But beyond the Mimic... Actually, I actually enjoy the Mimic, dude. I forget where I rated the Mimic in my tier list, but there's no doubt it was higher than any other NPC boss. I think I probably gave it a B or a C or something, like mid-tier. But yeah, NPC fights are just so bad. Every single one. Didn't I give it like a high C though, or was it a low C? I don't know, but I gave it a mid-tier boss basically. Which I stand by that. Well, okay, when I say NPC fight, I mean like basically an NPC who can roll and has all the same abilities as the player. That's what I mean. And Millennia does not. Millennia's not in that category. Gideon's the hardest NPC fight? He probably is. Well, it depends. He's so poorly balanced that he can be the easiest or he can be the hardest. And I'm fine with there being the invaders and all that stuff. I think that can be kind of fun. But it's just when they're bosses, it really ruins it for me because first of all, I don't think they should be bosses as it is. then, you know, I do no hit runs and stuff, so when I have to deal with them on no hit, it's never fun. Compared to bosses that have proper movesets and all this stuff. I guess I'll grab this Grace in case I mess this jump up, which I literally have never done, but... And then it's like, okay, you know, at least there's not a... At least every NPC fight you can just skip, right? Like Vike. And then it's like, oh, wait a second. They literally put Gideon in the main story bosses of this damn game, dude. That's where they really just messed up. Like, it's one thing to have the NPCs in the game. It's like, okay, you know, at least we can just skip them. And then they put one, not even on the way to all remembrances or something. In the actual, like, you gotta kill him if you are trying to beat the game. Unbelievable. Lore nerds are probably, they're like, oh, of course Gideon, he's a very story significant boss and he's so cool. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Probably nobody's actually said that though. Well, I don't know. Probably some Redditor has said that. He could have been so cool if it was just an actual proper boss, but... And then there's a bunch of people also who think, and this, it's a fair opinion, but I think he's fine because he just dies so quickly, except, I mean, that's not really a good excuse. For making just an absolute shit NPC fight. I think you really get a good gauge of a boss fight when you fight them with low damage, and then just like, okay, how does this fight go with low damage, and is it still fun to do? And literally every single good boss in the Souls games are fun to do with low damage because it's just the same thing but more. Every single one. Yeah, the idea is cool. That's why I think it was a huge missed opportunity, because if they imagine if they made a boss that changes based on the progression through the game. And it was a proper boss fight, and you'd have to strategically, you know, especially on later playthroughs, think about what your progression is and then how that would affect the actual boss fight. But Gideon was just a very, like, the laziest possible way to do it. Just change up his spells, right? But could you imagine if it was an actual boss? I guess I should level up here. Honestly, it probably would be my favorite boss in every Souls game if it was well done. Just because that idea is a really good idea. My least favorite Souls game is probably Bloodborne because the performance issues of the game. That's the main reason why. I think, actually, I don't remember. I made a spreadsheet with my ratings of all the games in as many categories as I could possibly think of. And I don't think Bloodborne was actually the lowest. I don't remember. Demon Souls might have been the lowest, but I don't know. I don't remember. They were all very similar, though. Like, basically, they were all the same. But I think Bloodborne actually was higher up, even considering the performance issues of the game. But maybe it wasn't. I'm sure I could pull up that spreadsheet if I wanted to. Oh, do we use Jellyfish Shield here? I guess I do, right? I guess I do. Although, I did poison... Like, I might just have to fight a bit of Phase 2. I don't know. Oh, but I have to... Oh, boy. I've got to swap the hands here. Hopefully he doesn't avalanche me here. I don't know why I got on my horse right there. I really botched this, dude. Oh my god, that damage is just insane, though. I guess I'm gonna sleep him here. We won't be able to stun, but maybe we just kill him outright with this damage. Oh my god, we stunned him anyways. That is just crazy that it can do this. That's insane. I can't believe we stunned him, though. Because he has 120 poise. I didn't have any poise damage built up. And he stunned in 3 hits, right? So I guess that... Does that confirm that one-handed is the same poise damage? So I was one-handed there. 40.5 per charge. Yeah, but same one-handed, though? Or... Is it the same one-handed? I'm trying to think of the Elden Beast. How many hits did Elden Beast take? Was it 4? I mean, I guess so. One-handed, but I stunned him in 3 hits one-handed though right there. So obviously something's going on. Right? Because that was 3 hit, like the sleep. You don't do more damage, poise damage on the sleep, right? I don't know. I don't really want to throw the Elden Beast kill though, because I'm like, oh yeah, I can just one-hand, and then he doesn't stun. Oh, that... Well, yeah, maybe, Opai, I guess. But wouldn't that have reset by the time I got to him? I don't know what's going on, you guys, but... This is what I get for not testing this beforehand. I should have tested it. That's what I get. Yeah, I'll just do the same script. I mean, yeah. I just need to make sure I get the poise break on Elden Beast. The one thing though is on Radagon, I guess he kind of wasn't fully scripted though. Right? Because we could get him into phase 2 right away, but then we actually weren't dealing enough damage to or maybe the damage just wasn't fast enough to instantly force him into the hammer slams or whatever. I just need to make sure I don't lose a run to... Because obviously I can fight the bosses and just survive. I just need to make sure I don't lose a run to trying to do something that's not safe. That sucks, because then it's not like I missed, you know. The only thing I would have done wrong in that case is just not properly tested it beforehand. Yeah, for Elden Beast, it shouldn't... Unless... I don't know. How does does anybody have the actual one-handed poise damage or one-handed charge R2 poise damage? You know, is it still enough that Elden Beast gets stunned in 4 hits? Because even if it's below 40, it still should be enough. But it depends. And I need to know with the sword connecting, not just one part of it. $40.5. Yeah, this is I should have just tested it. I'm so dumb. Because I'm getting mixed answers here. Or should we test it on this fight? Well, maybe this isn't a great fight to test it either. What am I doing? Usually I cuckery this guy now. One-handed dealt 27.5? Are you sure that both connected though on that? Like, surely they did, right? Forgot to pop this soul. I don't know. The jellyfish shield would mess up this script anyway, so I'm not going to do it. We already one-cycled this boss, so there's no point in doing it here. Okay. I really need to go to the bathroom, you guys. I said that earlier, and then I forgot. What? Oh, I'm so stupid, dude. I think I missed with the blade on one of those. And then I had to do a full charge R2 to finish him off. Okay, we got Noble. Pretty fortunate. Yeah, that's supposed to be a one cycle, but I just messed it up. Yeah, I'll go to the bathroom after we get to this next grace, I guess. Yeah, we are +9. It's so funny how the jellyfish shield has like thrown a wrench into this run. And now I'm not sure what to do, even though it's so easy without it. I do kind of want to try it on Radagon, though. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom really quick, you guys. I will be back in a moment. Okay. Moonlight Greatsword actually is a great weapon for the bird section because you could just snipe all the birds, but... Yeah, I probably shouldn't have gone there, but I did anyways. Okay, I have no arrows. I kind of forgot about this section, dude. Well, I mean, I could do the bird skip and then get a +9. Or just go +9 for Malekith. But I'll just go get an arrow somewhere. I just need a singular arrow so I can damage him. And, oh my god, my game crashed too? What a stroke of bad luck. Would you try for Fire Giant on one shot only? Well, I didn't make it up to Fire Giant. Well, that's where I stopped, I think. Ring City, which weapon should you use? I don't know. Anything? There's a lot of cool weapons in DS3, so. Ashen 10 upgrade after Gideon. Yeah, maybe I should do that because plus 10. I haven't done the bird skip in a while, so I kind of don't want to die while doing it. For the next run, I'll probably do that though. I almost died there, true to the lightning. Like, one spawned right in front of me because I sort of went too late. Because normally I don't cast another Gambit here. Oh, I guess I could just snipe this bird, right? Even though... Oh. Maybe not. Snipe it from here. Armor is the hardest area in Elden Ring? Well, they are for an any percent. And probably for an all remembrances, although... Haligtree is probably harder. So... Yeah, this is... I mean, this is basically like the only running section in the game. I guess there's also Stormveil if you choose to do that. But... Yeah, that's part of the reason why doing no hit runs on Elden Ring are overall easier compared to Souls games, is because the running section difficulty is basically non-existent. Only run on YouTube? It's going to be a while, probably. Because, you know, there's going to be other videos coming out before that. You know, probably even this run will come out before... You know, whenever I end up no-hitting this, whether it's now or later, it's probably going to come out before the bow run. But... And yeah, it's a 20-hour run too, right? So that takes a while to edit, so... Yeah, Torch is going to be the next video. Torch only. The run where I one-shotted a Deathrite bird with a torch. One-shotted late-game Deathrite bird. I guess it didn't split. Zero difference between poise damage and one-hand two-handing? Opai's trying to get me to throw the run, I think, dude. This is the sabotage plan. It must be. Okay. It actually must be, dude. Trying to make sure that I don't get higher damage on the later bosses. I'm gonna... Should I one-hand or two-hand here? I guess one-hand's probably actually better on this fight. Because we actually want to deal less poise damage in phase 1, if it actually even deals less. But it would be nice if we can set up the poise break for phase 2. It's really bad to fast or slow roll though. Okay, I guess I won't. I convinced myself to not. I don't want to be slow rolling on this fight. I find that, you know, there's certain fights where not fast rolling is fine. But this is one, especially in phase 2, that I like the fast roll. I probably should have done this buff inside, I guess. Whoa. That was weird.
Destined death. I will not have it stolen from me again.
Kind of poorly played this so far. Pretty simple.
Why cover destined death? To kill what?
Yeah, see, like the perfect poise setup because our damage is high enough in phase 1, but yeah, it's really tricky on the clergyman to hit both the sword and the projectile. I don't even think either of those charge R2s fully hit the boss. I guess that's kind of one downside, right? This weapon's charge R2 it's not the most range I've ever seen. Okay. How much faith realistically, or how much int should I stop at? Like probably around here. This is pretty good. Get some endurance. The scaling on the int scaling on this thing isn't that good. It's pretty good, but it's not insane. So let's stop around here. And endurance will be nice for Elden Beast as well. Well, the strength, look at the strength scaling. Oh, wait. Look at the strength scaling. So the plus 58 you see is the strength scaling portion of the weapon. Well, strength and dex, I guess, is what affects that. And it's not a lot. Even if I put 10 strength points in, it wouldn't even be a noticeable damage increase, probably. Because the scaling's so bad. Yeah, this weapon, I can't believe I've never used this weapon up until this point. Because it really is that good. And such a good Ash of War, too. Considering it's just a buff. Buff Ash of Wars in this game are extremely good.
I commend your spirit, but alas, none shall take no.
Just like so stupid, dude.
A tarnished cannot become a lord.
Yeah, definitely not that's not the highest damage I've seen on one of these runs, right? I think the highest damage I've ever seen on Gideon was Siluria's Tree. But, you know, still a 2-shot is pretty damn good with this thing. I do think Siluria's Tree is the highest damage I've ever seen here, though. I'm pretty sure that took almost, maybe it's like 80% of his health away in a single hit. Just, like, Siluria's Tree is so insanely broken. If you can manage to get that off in close range, Ash of War. I know spiked. It doesn't really help this weapon that much, and that's why Axe Talisman's not really the best option with this build. The better option would be Magic Scorpion, but it's too far away for any percent to bother getting, I think. Okay, so let's get some more endurance, I guess. How's it going, Timu? Oh, you know, I could go Jellyfish Shield on this fight, but again, I don't like mid-rolling, man. Especially in phase 2 with the Scream. Like, mid-rolling will kill you. So I went to get Jellyfish Shield, and we basically just didn't even use it. But, you know, that's okay. It's still cool that we at least use it somewhere, I think. Even though I think that the only case of me actually using it was when I did Redan without Howl. So yeah.
Tarnished.
Pretty clean kill.
Thy strength befits
Pretty strong. Yeah, a lot of weapons have an issue on this fight where when the poise break happens, it's basically on the transition where you don't get any benefit from it. Yeah, look, if I level up strength here, I guess it's a little bit of AR, but it's not. I would rather endurance here for sure. Okay, so this fight last time, what did I do? I did charge R2, tap R2, which is actually maybe not safe, but I'm gonna do it again. I'm sure it's fine. I'm actually not sure it's fine. No, it's not that I forgot. It's that I didn't really test this properly, and doing charge R2, tap R2, like, it just depends when I want him to attack me. And I'm not sure if the stomp is too fast. Well, I guess we're probably going to find out if it is or isn't. Oh, okay. It is fast enough. That's so funny how we did that right when I was wondering. Oh boy, am I fast enough here? Not sure if I got that off or not. Okay, we gotta swim. Not sure if that's enough to save you, Elden Beast. And there we go. Dang, this is a sweet weapon, dude. Like I said, I can't believe I hadn't used it to this point, but certainly one of the best weapons I've used in this game. Like, top tier weapon. I think it's right there probably with Serpent Hunter. Obviously, the issue is that it's not as accessible as some of the other weapons, but man, it's strong as hell, dude. That's crazy, especially with, you know, the fact that you could make it even better than this pretty easily. That's insane. But yep, no hit, first try, no problem, dude. No problem. No, I Blasphemous Blade, there's no way it's better, but I haven't used Blasphemous Blade either, so maybe it is better. I don't see how it could be better than this. Especially considering this is one of the few weapons where Jellyfish Shield actually works with it, right? Because the weapon art... So normally you can't use weapon arts with Jellyfish Shield, right? The only exception to that is what? I don't know. Shields, there's exceptions to it, but it's because of how this weapon works that the Ash of War is technically through the R2 that it actually does end up working. And And yeah, dude. Jordan and Gargs to get this weapon legit. Yeah, I guess that's true, isn't it?
The
Yeah.
fallen leaves
Yeah, that's true.
tell a story.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the next run's going to be. I haven't used Death's Poker either, so
Became Elden Lord.
that is a request. But yeah, first request done, you guys. Look at that. That's called efficiency, man. Quickly routed
The
it.
fog,
Quickly did it.
the lands between.
And I guess when I say this stuff, it's meant for no hit specifically in a build that I would use in a no hit run. Because yeah, Blasphemous Blade has other advantages other than just dealing damage. But
An age
yeah,
of fracture.
yeah, definitely one of the strongest weapons I've used for sure. All right, let me pull up the requests. So this one was where? Dark Moon Greatsword. Jintaki requested this. Dark Moon Greatsword. Done. First one done, you guys. And there we go. So what we could do now is start routing the next run, or we could, I kind of wouldn't mind doing some more master run testing, but man, I can't believe how good this weapon is actually. That's crazy. Definitely late game well, it doesn't really drop off, but the difference between the absolute best weapons in the game being, you know, the Iron Balls and Starfist and this thing, it definitely is more noticeable late game. But maybe that's just because it's a somber weapon versus Smithing Stone weapons, which are harder to upgrade as soon. So I'm not sure why, or not sure the exact reason, but yeah, very, very good weapon though. Probably the best somber weapon that I've used. Okay, so also I don't need the PB section on the splits. So I'm gonna take that away. So what are we doing now, dude? I don't know. Do we start testing some of the others? Oh, did I close the spreadsheet? Oh, no, I didn't. All right, so this one's done. I wanted to start off easy, just kind of ease my way back into just grinding out these no-hit runs. Which do we do next? I'm really interested in the Arumi. I think that is I don't know. I don't know how good it is. That's why I'm interested. But obviously you can get it right at the start of the game. And Mad King wants Lightning Ram on top. Presumably for the Lightning and Dex build, right? Pure dexterity. Cheat the preparation? Wait. Of what? Well, Arm's the one who made this spreadsheet, and he put CE for ones that the request probably said to, you know, whether or not to use Cheat Engine to set it up. I honestly, I'm just going to do whatever I think is reasonable. Like, if Sower wants Cheat Engine for this one, I'm not going to, because Grafted Dragon I can just get right at the start of the game, just killing Godric, right? So yeah. If that's what you mean. What else? Definitely, yeah. Definitely the Death's Poker also, I think, piques my interest. I think Wing of Estelle could be really fun to do. Yeah, slowly but surely we're going to go through. Finish them. If you don't see yours in there, it's possible that it's a duplicate or maybe Arm forgot it. I don't know. But yeah, there were requests, for example, the shield ones, which I would have refunded the points already on duplicates, but there were like 3 shield requests. So yeah, I guess if you want to request something else, you can either just wait until I open them back up, or you could just message me and then I'll figure something out. Like I can add it in if you like really wanted to run in the next year. But I'm not even, I don't think I'm going to finish all these runs before I open the requests again, to be honest, because there's so many. But But yeah, so what should we start reading, you guys? Or should we read some master run? I wouldn't mind just starting up another run. So I don't want to just do all the ones that sound fun first, because then we get to the end, it's like, oh, this kind of sucks. 100k gun. No, it would be refunded to you. If it's a duplicate, it's definitely refunded to you. I didn't just like scam everybody who did request a duplicate. Oh, the Moog Spear? Oh yeah, that one's sweet, dude. That one is cool. Mogwin Spear, all remembrances. Chat scamming? Yeah, surely. Surely I'm scamming channel points. Maybe we should do another quick any percent, though. I don't know. Before we get to some of the all remembrances ones, just so that I get back into the swing of it, dude. So... should we do the Irumi? I think that sounds like one that's not going to be trivial, but I'm really curious to see if it's actually strong. Because when I did whip only, the Irumi was by far the best whip. By far.